Hello, Carroll County. Welcome to the Carroll County 4-H and FFA Fair podcast, where we're preparing for the 2025 Carroll County 4-H and FFA Fair by sharing what the fair is, how it works, and inviting you all to be a part. My name is Sam Chamelin, and I am a 4-H'er, parent, volunteer, and fair superintendent. And over the course of 4 different pods, we're going to be meeting with some special guests to share their experience of the fair and get you ready for this year. It takes a lot of hands to get the fair ready to go, and the Carroll County Fair Board has worked for many generations to keep the spirit and traditions of the fair going. But there's a new group who has taken up the call to get involved in shaping the fair and keeping it a central part of Carroll County life, and that is the Junior Fair Board. Today, we'll talk to 2 members of the Junior Fair Board and learn what they do, why it matters, and what the fair means to them. To have that conversation today, we welcome Kylie Medlin, president of the Carroll County Junior Fair Board, and Wyatt Zylka, secretary of the Junior Fair Board. Welcome to you both. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Now, I need to tell you and our audience that you are 2 of my very favorite 4-H'ers, so I'm really excited to talk to you and can't wait to hear what you have to share. And so here's how I want to start. Because everybody wants to start somewhere, I just want to know, what is your favorite part of the Carroll County Fair?
I guess I'll start us off. My favorite part of the fair is by far the community, is the different groups of people coming together and just having a good time, showing livestock, and doing what we love the most.
I love it. Wyatt?
Yeah. My favorite probably part of the fair is either watching the shows or actually just being in the shows. I haven't done much showing, but being in the shows, feeling that adrenaline rush, the nerves going, is probably my favorite part. But just being at fair, just being at the fair, just around people that are good people is probably one of the best parts.
It's pretty wild. Like the shows and all of that, there is an adrenaline that comes from that. And so, yeah, fair is cool. People walking around, having a good time. But at the same time, there's this real intensity about it. And I love that. So you both serve as members of the Junior Fair Board, which is something we've just started. And so tell us a little bit about yourself and what projects you carry at the fair. What kind of activities are you involved in?
I'll go first, yeah. My main projects are probably shooting sports, so it'd be shotgun or archery. First year pigs, so that's pretty fun. And then also do a little bit of rabbitry, and then I'll have some rockets. Rockets are fun. That'll be coming up this Saturday. If you want to come out watch, Saturday. And then I'm part of Junior Fair Board. I'm also a 2025 ambassador.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, no. And we've gotten to know each other over rockets, and you're a heck of a rocket builder. So,
Thank you
looking forward to Saturday. Always the best time. Kylie, what are you involved in?
Okay, so I am pretty livestock focused. I show lambs, goats, and pigs at the fair, and I also participate in livestock judging. I've also recently started participating in the arc welding contest each year, which has been a fun new adventure. I'm also part of the Junior Fair Board, which has been really fun, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity. And yeah.
Very good. No, and you're an excellent showman, and enjoy. My kids and you have gone back and forth and support and love one another. No, it's been great. So, no, it's great to chat with you both. And so I'll start with you, Madam President. What is the Junior Fair Board, and why do you do it?
Okay, so the Junior Fair Board is sort of a shadow of our Big Fair Board. Our Big Fair Board takes a lot of time to plan and put together a lot of different events. They plan the entirety of the fair, from vendors to the show schedule to the different entries and categories that you can enter into with arts and crafts and baking and, all the livestock and things like that. So we've kind of put our own spin on things like that, and we've tried to come up and bring new ideas to the table and plan new events and things like that. So that's kind of what we've been working on these past few years. I think this is the 3rd year of the Junior Fair Board. So we're working on getting ourselves set up and get our foundation set so we can continue to carry on that legacy of not only the Junior Fair Board, but also the regular Fair Board, which I think has been probably one of my favorite parts of being a part of it.
Thank you, Kylie. Wyatt, what would you add about your experience at Junior Fair Board and what you guys are up to?
Yeah, so talking about alumni showmanship is basically when it's for the adults. No youth involved. It's all for the adults, and it's $20 to enter, and you basically show your animal. Any animal in that big green building will be shown, and then they just usually show right after each of the youth show. I know we had a youth show judge, but Mr. Sam, I know you were in the pig show. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that was wild. So yeah, it's supposed to be an alumni show, and now people tell me that I showed pigs in 4-H. I have no memory of this, probably because they let me into the ring. The judge knew I was going to be last and just made sure that I got there, get me out of the ring. So I'm not sure that alumni actually fits me. But yeah, it's a wonderful fundraiser for the fair, and we have a good time with it. It's great to see some people who actually did show, like, get in there, and it's some of us, we get our dander up and like, hey, if we're going to compete, let's have a good time with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, so somebody slapped down $20 for me, which, okay, I could play along. This is great. Except the problem was that my son ended up being the judge, okay, which makes this super awkward. And so I'm looking at him going, you cannot pick me. Like, do not pick me. I cannot be the winner of this alumni. Do not do it. And then to make it worse, they took our whips away.
Why'd they take the whips away?
I don't know. I'm still mad about this. All right. Because one thing we haven't figured out is Alumni Showman like an actual show, or are we just having fun with this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what you need to know about me is, like, if we're going out there, like, I'm going out there to win. Like, I'm not going to cry if I don't, but if we're going to compete, I might as well try to win. So I'm like, I'm all ready to go. And then they take our whips away. So all I have is this brush that I'm trying to hit the pig's face with and get it to go. But I'm 6'2", so it's a long way down to the pig. And so I just feel like a complete, I just feel absolutely ridiculous. But we had the best time, and I think I ended up placing pretty well. I don't remember.
If I remember, I believe you were reserve champion.
I think Caleb was smart enough not to make me the champion, which I'm glad, but he held me in there way too long, which might have been the idea. Keep me in the ring as long as possible without actually making me the winner. So that was a lot of fun. But the Alumni Showman is a really special moment. And it certainly speaks to the fact that, yeah, you can leave 4-H, but you never really leave 4-H. Like, 4-H you're always kind of in. And so we have a good time with it. So yeah, you guys illustrate a couple things that you guys have really added to really kind of to make the fair a much more wonderful experience. And so Wyatt, you mentioned AllStar Showmanship. Kylie, you participated in AllStar Showmanship, which means you're a grand champion showman, which is super special. So how did you end up in that competition? And then how did you do?
So in the year 2023, I was fortunate enough to win Grand Champion Swine Showman. And that was a really, really cool experience. There were a lot of happy tears shed that day, and I'll remember it forever. But AllStar Showmanship was a really fun contest. I've always wanted to show a beef steer, and that gave me the opportunity to do that.
That's really cool.
Which was really, really cool. And I think I did pretty well. I never really ended up getting a total of the points. One of my good friends, Kelsey Zepp, actually ended up winning that year with her goat Beyonce, so that was cool to be a part of that moment also.
So what was the hardest species for you to show that wasn't your own?
Definitely the beef steer.
The steer.
I believe at that time, that was the first year that AllStar Showmanship was ever brought to the fair. So I believe it was still just the 4 big livestock species of sheep, goats, pigs, and cattle.
Okay.
And I show lambs, goats, and pigs.
Okay.
The beef steer was really the one that kind of threw me for a loop, but I like to think I did pretty well.
Do you remember who did the best with the swine?
Oh, I would hope it would have been me, but I think...
well, of course you. Who else?
I hope. I'm trying to remember back to who all was in it that year. I think Kelsey did really well with the pig, because she also shows swine.
Yeah.
Who was sheep showmanship that year? I cannot remember
that's okay.
for the life of me.
It's a couple years ago, for sure.
I'm sorry.
No, and it's been a really interesting thing because, yeah, some of you do show a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, a lot of us don't. And so that crossover, just how well are you able to negotiate all kinds of livestock, I think is a really cool thing. And it's a great way to celebrate, those who have put in the extra effort. And for those who don't know, showmanship is less about the animal and it's more about the person. And so you can have the worst animal in the world, but if you work really hard, you can be a great showman even with a bad animal. And so it really is about the 4-H'er. And so celebrating the 4-H'er FFA member is really special. Well, I want to continue on. One of the things that's really been special that you all have added is this notion of Champions of Challenge. Tell us a little bit about what that program is and how folks can be involved in that.
So yeah, Champions of Challenge is people with special needs come out, and there'll be, I think last year was our first year, and we had rabbits. We might have had chickens, I can't remember, but I know we had cattle, some baby calves, and sheep and goats. That's what we had. And so basically they just get to come out. They get to pick the animal. So before they come, they get to pick whatever animal they want. And they get to walk it around the ring. If it was rabbits, they hold it. And then they get a little bio they have about themselves. And they walk across the ring. And the bio be read or information about what they are and what animal. They get, even if they might not want to, like the cattle. They had somebody else could walk it around the ring. They could just stand there, or they could walk the cattle around the ring too. It didn't matter. It was just up to them. And they got to enjoy the fair just like a 4-H'er would. They get to be in their show ring experience.
Yeah, Kylie, when we say the fair really is open to all, you guys are working really hard to find ways to really include everybody. That seems like a really special experience.
It is, absolutely. We try our 100% best to make sure that it's not discriminatory towards anyone. We want everyone and anyone to come out to the fair and see all of the great things it has to offer.
And it's an unbelievably joyful experience. Like, if you need your spirits lifted, showing up to Champions of Challenge is the place to go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so one thing you guys are adding this year is fair tours. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm just hearing about this. I saw it on Facebook today. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. So tell us a little bit about what you guys are trying to accomplish with the fair tours.
Yeah, so the fair tours was an idea that was brought up this year by one of our newer members of the Junior Fair Board. And we've been able to actually bring that idea to light. Every day of the fair from 10 a.m. and 5 p.m., we have tours around the fairgrounds that are led by some of our older 4-H'ers. That way people can come to the fair and experience the entirety of it rather than being like, oh, I didn't know this was here, so they didn't get to experience that. And that way they can also kind of get to see how much the fair means to the 4-H'ers and the FFA members and kind of what we do at the fair.
And so, Wyatt, fair can be really overwhelming. And not everybody grew up in 4-H or FFA. And so sometimes you can be like, wow, what in the world is going on? So it really feels like a great opportunity to orient people to the fair, to the kids, to the experiences that are there. I'm sure you agree.
Yeah, you get fair tours. You'll probably have mostly a Junior Fair Board member around it. But you'll have a 4-H'er that'll lead you around. You get to see what the 4-H'er sees. You get everything and their input about what they also talk about and see. And you might be able to get good spots too.
Now, you guys are walking everybody past the food too. Like, that's a huge part of the fair, right?
Of course.
It is.
Absolutely. So, well, good. So, you guys have worked really hard, and the fair is a better place because you guys are a part of it and the things that you guys are developing. And so I'm curious, just how has Junior Fair Board helped you grow as a leader?
Junior Fair Board has been incredible just in boosting, I think, confidence of public speaking, like doing things like this. It really brings out a different side, I think, of a lot of the members, especially myself, I know. It's brought me a lot of different skills, like public speaking. Time management is a big one for me. I tend to be a little bit of a procrastinator, and with things like this, you cannot.
That don't work during Fair Week.
It does not at all. So it's definitely made me better with that, and also helped me to balance a lot of different things between the livestock and FFA and Junior Fair Board. It's definitely helped me to be better at balancing things.
For sure. Why?
Yeah. Junior Fair Board has grown me probably in every shape of a leader. When I started Junior Fair Board, I was pretty shy. I didn't talk a lot. Communication, didn't have the greatest teamwork with everybody. It just kind of showed me communication bigly. Like, I've been able to communicate more. I know right now I'm not talking the greatest on this podcast.
Now you're doing good, man.
But
podcasting is hard.
Just a little bit. I didn't realize it. Like, you watch Joe Rogan and stuff like that. They look like they speak so easy.
They do it a lot.
Yeah. but that communication is probably my biggest one. It's taught me to talk to other people, speak public speaking, like Kylie said. That's a big one. I've talked to a lot more people than I would never have talked to if I wasn't in 4-H or in Fair Board in general. And then teamwork in Fair Board. There's I don't know, 20 or so, and we all work together, especially during fair. Fair is a busy time, and we're all working together to get the things done, to get whatever event we have going on to get done or anything like that.
And it's been so much fun to watch both of you kind of grow, because 4-H and FFA, they kind of get you to a spot, but getting even more involved in the organization and understanding what it takes to do an event like that is just skills for a lifetime. And so watching both of you kind of grow up in that way, what you've talked, I can see that in both of you, which is really, really special. And the idea that junior fair board now, you get to kind of be up close with people who have the same kind of passion for the fair and understand how organizations work and the amount of work it takes to put on an event like that and learn some of those skills. It really is a special thing. So the fair is better because junior fair board is a part of it, and we're grateful for that. So we're going to land this plane. We've had a good conversation, but I wanted to ask you, what is one thing you do not want folks to miss at the fair this year? One place they've got to go and check out.
I'm gonna say all of it. It's all a great experience.
No, you can't say all of it. No, one thing. A show, a particular thing that you like to eat, something that makes you laugh or puts a smile on your face every year.
One thing that I think is going to be really, really interesting and fun to watch this year is swine showmanship. There's a lot of really competitive kids that I know personally, and I think it's going to be really exciting to honestly see who ends up on top.
It is super intense.
It is.
Showmanship is always really intense. And so, yeah, for sure.
Is.
Catch the Swine, I'm partial to that one as well, but at the same time, any of the showmanship events are really intense, and they really are about the kid, and that's what makes them special.
Absolutely.
Wyatt, what's one thing folks absolutely cannot miss at the fair this year?
I would say ice cream. Ice cream's a big one too. But also the Rabbit Barn always needs more people. There could have more people. Rabbit Barn, it's all the way back in that back corner.
I'm so glad you said this, because Rabbit Barn is tucked away, and it is one of the really cool corners of the fair if you know where you're looking.
Yeah, it is a pretty cool barn.
And the kids down there really enjoy being with one another, and they're really passionate about their project. And I tell you what, go spend 10 minutes in that Rabbit Barn, grab one of the kids and just ask them, hey, tell me about your project. And before you know it, you're there for 45 minutes learning stuff like, I'm not a rabbit guy, so I was like, oh, rabbits, cute, fuzzy, they're lovely pets, and all of a sudden you discover, how they are a food source and how they get shown and how they are cared for. That is one of the quiet corners of the fair that sometimes gets forgotten and is well worth not just taking your little kids there to pet the rabbits, but if you really want to learn about the passion of kids and their projects, well, Rabbit Barn is really special. So that's fantastic. Well, guys, we've had a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much. And our best wishes to both of you in your projects in the fair this year.
Thank you.
And to our listeners, we're going to ask you, if you see Kylie or Wyatt, make sure you go up to them, tell them, hey, you did a great job on the pod, because they did. And make sure you grab a fair tour. Maybe get one of those two. They'll walk you around the fair a little bit and introduce them. We look forward to seeing you at your fair. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Be sure to tune in to cable channel HD 1072 and channel 19 for live streaming coverage of the fair. You can also see it live on YouTube or on our website at carrollmediacenter.org.